This week in Your Wealth, we look at a private sector suggestion to tweak or more aptly reshape the Jamaican brand into one associated with speed and efficiency and not necessarily stifling bureaucracy. I spoke with the president of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Chris Zacher, recently about this rebranding process and building on the island's strengths. Now, on the question of speed, you mentioned building brands around speed. And I think that's an excellent idea. But we have some bugbears in the systems. The ease of doing business in this country. The World Bank has done several studies on the ease of doing business. Wouldn't we need to really fix that?
Yes, absolutely.
And do it quickly.
You know, if you spend $1 billion marketing a terrible product, you're not going to end up being successful. And the truth is that we have a serious problem in this country of it is not easy to do business. And I'm not talking something that I haven't said to the current minister, because we had this discussion, and I think he seized of the urgency of creating a business environment that facilitates business. I'll tell you, I said to him, if I took 100 of the people that I talked to in business in the last month who have projects in the pipeline, I would say 100 of them are having issues with dealing with the bureaucracy to get these projects to the point where we dig the ground and start to put the actual thing in place. And also, business people are made to feel like, you know, not welcome, but, you know, oh, we have to do this and we have to do that and dot this I and cross this T, whereas they should be following the rules, don't get me wrong, but they should feel enabled and facilitated to do these things. And I think it is, if we don't get that right, all of the other talk about you know, macroeconomic, which is critical, and so on and so forth, and all of this sort of high-level issues, that on-the-ground issue is a big one.
I asked Mr. Zacher, from a business perspective, to name the critical issues impacting on the growth of Jamaican businesses and indeed the ease of doing business in the country. Do you get the sense that there is a lack of transparency in terms of the pricing mechanism out of Petrojam?
I think that it is not well understood by us in the private sector, and it needs to be, which means there needs to be greater transparency. And I think that it is something that should be debated openly, and when I say openly, it debated in a way that inputs can be gotten from people outside of Petrojam, because it needs to be put to bed once and for all that this is the right way and this is to the benefit of the country.
Indeed. And that's Your Wealth for this week. I'm Owen James.